Try not to laugh to this CrackerMilk Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the CrackerMilk Podcast. Chris, your mic's not up to your fucking face.
You
mate.
good one,
That would help.
dumbass.
Now, guys,
Swear right at the start.
it's crazy because it's actually just the fellas today. It's a fella episode.
It's a sausage
Fellas.
fest.
Yeah, sausage fest, as Chris likes to point out. He's always talking about sausages, penises, genitals,
Balls.
anything on a boy he likes, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. And we're
Sticks.
joined with, who are we joined with here?
Stephen, but you can call me Stiffy.
Yeah, nice, okay.
Last name Longstockings.
Stiffy long stockings.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome, dude. Do you
Thanks.
wear stockings or is it just a name?
Under these, yeah, I'm wearing stockings.
Cool.
It's a bit of a tradie look you got there. Is it?
Yeah, on smoker at the moment. So I only got a little bit of time before I need to go back to work. But
What do you do for work?
I trade.
You do trade?
Yeah, I trade
A trade.
What do you trade?
cards.
Pokemon?
Oh, you work at a card shop
No, I'm a tradie.
and you trade in cards.
Yeah, on site.
Okay. On site?
Yeah,
What's the site?
work site.
Like a construction site?
Yeah.
Your job is to wear high vis and trade cards.
Yeah.
What cards?
Look, usually like contracts, legal documents, but like in card forms. And
Are you in the
stuff.
CFMEU?
The fuck's that?
Okay. So he's not in a
Right.
union,
They're
which
in
is good.
trouble.
He's not a bikie.
How
at
old's
least.
your girlfriend?
Huh?
How old's your girlfriend?
Well, she just graduated high school like 2 years ago, so she's about.
She's old.
Nah, she skipped a grade as well, so she's like.
She's still underage.
Nah, I think she just turned 18.
Were you a manager at McDonald's for a while too?
Yeah, I was. That's how we met.
Yeah, I
actually.
thought so.
It's
I
kind of
thought so.
crazy, dude.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty sick.
Well, it's just the fellas today.
It is.
It's sick week this week. Everyone's dying of a
Yeah,
sickness,
I
which
think
is
I was
Fully
coming down
sick,
with it.
dude.
yeah.
These motherfuckers have made me sick. I'm feeling a little bit.
Motherfuckers.
We ain't
Wasn't
fucking
us.
Mate,
we
the only
ain't
thing
fucking
making
no
us sick
mothers
is
around
the
here, dude.
is the bowel movements you made in my toilet yesterday that stunk out the fucking place. Jesus Christ.
I was in the room with it.
Goob was
Mate,
like,
feel
it
sorry
feels
for me
it feels like
instead.
garbage. I'm like, is that my feet? Do my feet stink? He's like, that's not your feet. It was you farting your fucking ass before you went to the toilet.
it
Because
smelled
when
like-
you released, I was like, oh, that's the smell we were smelling.
It smelled like a
Yeah.
bottle of vinegar was poured in a garbage can.
Yeah, he calls them vinegar shits now.
Why
So
don't you just use the outhouse that we put on the construction site, man?
this is a
A
home.
porta potty.
Yeah.
This is a
porta potty
home.
you're talking
It's not called a
about. Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
outhouse.
Well, it is where I come from.
Where do you come from?
Oh, out there,
Oh my
Stanthorpe?
God.
Where do you come
Hey,
from?
hey,
over there.
Tradie rock. Tradie rock's a thing now. You know that. Play lunch. You've heard play lunch.
Yeah. Is
Have
that
you
tradie rock?
That's what I've heard. It was on. Like, I saw
That's
a
not
thing,
tradie
No, I
rock.
saw a thing for them on bloody TikTok or Instagram the other day, like their latest song. And the
You're
little
not on
tag was
TikTok. Fuck off.
Have you heard the song, Keith? Have you heard it yet?
Nah.
Keith, it's so good. It's so good.
By
It's
Play
about
Lunch?
their neighbour. Yeah, their neighbour comes across. The story is that this guy, their next door neighbour, one of their friends parked in front of his house.
Oh,
So he came
no.
over and told him, "Move your fucking car."
Yeah, I
It's-
get that.
It's
Yeah.
such a fucking good song.
I'll be honest
It's
with you.
Play
What
Lunch.
is
Check 'em out.
with people being upset? It might be an Australian thing only, where you park on the street in public parking, but it's in front of someone's home, and they get really shitty. You have experienced this.
Like on the where the park is there.
Yeah, like you're parking legally.
Yeah,
But
but,
it-
street park.
We
It's
just
street
don't have
parking.
very
Street.
we don't have like as big garages and shit as in America.
Yeah, but people get foul. Like, don't park there. That's where I park. It's like you can't
Yeah,
fucking tell me not
I'd
to park
imagine
on
in
the street.
places like New York and whatnot, where they're living in like tenements and whatnot, and you've got your little area in front of your building.
But that would be a private park.
Now, if it's on the street, an area in front
Yeah,
of your
that'd
building,
be
street park.
more annoying. But like fucking hell, here it's like don't park on my street. It's like, bro, we live in suburban Brisbane. Like no one's. What do you mean? Just fucking park in your driveway like an adult.
Exactly. Like street parking should be free everywhere except for like outside your house. That should be like privatized
Privatized.
Damn.
to the person that's like
Do you know
living
what
in their
privatized
house.
means? Yeah.
But also like now that I think about it, yeah, no, because I park my big 4-wheel drive there,
Yeah.
big Ute, so
Yeah.
and I can't fit that in my garage.
Okay.
I feel like I can hear your brain moving.
That's because
Yeah.
your garage is full of furniture that you got off the street. Street
no,
furniture.
Facebook Marketplace, not
No,
the street.
no, curbside.
And he's also playing a character, so I'm not sure how much of that's
Yeah,
like.
it's a very close to. I feel that if you, Elias, had not gone to film school and gone in the road you go, this is what you would be.
Yeah, but he'd be doing it at Spotlight still. He'd be doing
You
it in
think
a
so?
high vis.
No, I think he'd be like a bricky's
I
labor or
reckon-
something.
Yeah, it's really fulfilling because I'm outside and his hunch is 5 times as big.
I reckon you would have done like medical testing, and one of them would have like really fucked you up, and like one of your arms fell off. So you
Gammy.
sued them somehow.
You got a gammy arm.
and you were on like Channel 9. You're like really famous as the guy got.
And I reckon that would be the happiest you've ever been. I reckon
I
you'd
don't
be
have to
stoked.
have a cane.
You have an NDIS to put her in a
I don't know. You
cane.
say that's an alternate universe. That's still coming, dude.
Are you Are you hoping for that?
Yeah.
For a while there, you were
quickest way to
telling us.
die.
I'll tell an audience something. For a while there, he was trying to make some extra cash,
I'm still thinking about it.
and to do that, he was going to go and do like lab testing, whatever it is,
Get malaria.
and get fucking malaria.
That kills the most people in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
Controlled.
controlled and clinical.
But
So
they
you're
give
gonna
you
get like
malaria.
a life-threatening
You
disease.
catch malaria so
Yeah.
they can test whether it's
Isn't
gonna
that
fix it.
fucking
Yeah.
hilarious for a few K?
No, it's not. It's quite a lot of K.
How much?
7-ish, I think.
Oh, that's
tax.
death.
Oh,
That's
Yeah, but you
death
got to
money.
fucking go there. You got to stay there. I'm pretty sure,
Jesus
right?
Nah.
Christ almighty.
They just fucking
No.
pop it in you and you're like, off you go.
Dude, you would.
Oh my
that would be the
God,
worst. Watch him. He would. He's like. It's like. Nah, it's
7K
controlled.
to
He's
get-
coming in sweating, dying, throwing up.
To be fair, if he's going to get $7,000 to get given malaria, or he could just keep hanging out in the island and fucking catch it naturally
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true. Get
Might
malaria.
as well
in
get the
the
money.
house.
Then you don't get
Get
paid
the
for
River
money,
it.
Ross
bro.
fever.
Yeah. River Rapids.
It looks like you have it now.
In my eye.
Dude, I would laugh so hard if you get the malaria thing. We do a podcast called the Malaria Podcast, and it would be you fucking
Covered in
sweating,
sweat.
throwing up, and then we'd be on Amazon looking at things you can spend your $7,000 on, and you'd
Yeah.
just be like throwing up. And then I'd bring up stats of like how many Africans
You'd have to be
died
buying
from
like protein water, bro, to just $7,000 in protein water just to save your life.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude.
medical expenses.
I love that you were going to get malaria
Yeah.
for money.
I was still thinking about it, to be honest.
Can I tell you a story? Can I tell you a story? Something that happened last night.
Yeah.
So, as you know, I was disappointed that you didn't go to trivia on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you were incredibly disappointed.
I was because
But you were
You weren't
going.
there.
You weren't going, you were getting drunk.
I never go to
dude.
that. I go to whiskey night one night a month, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's not an excuse for the rest of you to not.
So
go
what?
there.
You're allowed to ditch, and I go to every single one. If I'm not going, it's not on.
Also,
Yeah.
everyone was fucking sick, Chris.
Yeah.
Everyone was fucking sick.
I was
fair
sick with Nintendo fever.
Yeah, I was.
Anyway,
very
as you
sick.
know, on Thursday nights
I
I
was
go
sick
to the
with
local
River
bowlo
Rapids.
with my mum
River
for the
Rapids.
trivia down there. Right, we take
Yeah.
mum to trivia down there, and we were there last night, and we were in the lead. Like there's 6 rounds, right?
Yeah.
4 rounds in, we're in the lead. We're looking.
Is this
good.
Quizmeister's trivia the same?
No. It's
Yeah.
Think trivia, I think.
Okay.
Blah, blah. Anyway, we're sitting there now. The demographic is very different to when we go on Tuesday nights, which is at the brewery,
Hmm.
right? So it's quite a young crowd. This one, Bowls Club, very old crowd. So this was always going to happen at some point. We're sitting there. She's about to read out the next answers, and all of a sudden, this guy at the table beside us goes down. Yeah, and
Has a heart attack.
That's fucking sick.
no,
dude.
he had it was
Malaria.
a seizure, but they all thought at the time it was a heart attack
My
because he went out. Right, he's gone stiff and hit the deck. Old bloke,
Fuck.
but he's quite a big fellow as well. And there was like, this sounds terrible. I should be laughing at this, but on the table where he is, right in front of where he's sitting, was an empty packet, like a giant empty packet of Cheetos. So clearly he'd down
Oh.
them, right? so
Chester
Death
got
by
him.
Cheetos.
Chester got him.
so he's
dude.
lying like he's down there.
Cheezels or Cheetos?
And like everyone's kind of freaking out. But as always happens, whenever this happens, it always astounds me. There was an ER nurse like sitting at the table next to that. Right? So she's straight onto it.
Mm.
One of my mates who's like he's a bloody health and safety dude who knows all this shit, does he was straight there as well. So they're onto him, right? And my sister has put her jacket underneath his head, which when she got the jacket back was like dripping in sweat. It wasn't good. I think disgusting. But when he had the seizure, he's bitten his tongue, right?
Yeah, they
so
do
there's,
that.
There's blood and shit everywhere as well. It's pretty messy. And like, so thankfully they decided, okay, well, look, we can't, because ambulances come and take it away and sort of shit after half an hour. But they've had to call it and say trivia's off.
So you won when you're in the lead?
Do you reckon
No, it's going to be double or nothing next week apparently, and I'm not there
Double or
next week.
nothing?
Well, they're going to have like because normally
Oh,
100
double the
bucks for
amount of
winning.
prizes or shit. Why didn't they
Yeah.
just give it to you around round 4? Of course, some fat fuck dies of cheesels.
That's probably
Do you
a
reckon?
tactic.
Do you reckon he'll be okay to come into work tomorrow?
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Is that your foreman?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm still not sure what you mean by trading contracts. Like, what do you mean?
I trade them between people.
How do you trade contracts?
Well, I have them and I swap them out with other people. They're like, "Oh, can I have that one?" And be like, or it's a big ask, I got some of these ones I can give you and trade you.
Such an incredibly ambiguous job.
It
Wait,
is.
did you know
Yeah,
why
it's
there was an
pretty
ER
good.
nurse on site? Because like planes that have air marshals, bowls clubs have ER nurses for the old
Yeah,
people
right.
just in case. Yeah.
Probably.
It's a very, very similar
Well, it
situation.
just stands me on planes. Every time we ever had when I used to work for the
Do
airline.
they tell you there's an air marshal?
No. No,
so you,
not
so
at
you
all.
don't know it all.
No, but I mean, we might have some on the.
But don't they
on the-
carry a piece?
Yeah, but we don't know anything. But the
PS2
security probably know that.
response?
Any of that sort of stuff, no. But they don't tell us. They keep
Oh,
that
so
nice
so
and
you
quiet.
wouldn't. So security would know, like, because you're going through with a piece on you. Would you
Yes.
be like, I'm an air marshal. Don't tell anyone. Security.
Well,
go-
they wouldn't
Yeah,
go through
exactly.
normal security. They'd be going through downstairs or something or other.
Is there like crew security?
Yeah.
I thought
Oh.
everyone went through normal security.
No, but like when I used to work in what they used to call movement control down the back, I used to go through like my job. I could literally walk onto an aircraft and not see a person. At
Really?
all. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. As long as I could, but I'm swiping through.
But you
everywhere I
also
go
had
through.
to clear security, go through security.
No. If I went upstairs into the departure lounge, I had to go through security. But I could go onto the aircraft.
Yeah, but you would
Without
never
going
take
through
off,
security.
never take off on the aircraft without going through security, right?
I could easily do that.
You
But
could.
in the job that I had before, yeah, I could easily.
So
do
you
that.
could go legally, just be like, yeah, I'm doing this.
Well, no, it would be illegal. You'd
Oh,
be-
okay,
yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
yeah, right.
That's,
That's-
fucking sick, dude.
Did you hear about the plane crash today, India?
Yeah, that was
did,
kind of crazy.
yeah,
One
that's-
one
Once
survivor.
I jumped out
It's
of
usually
the plane.
trains.
Do you want to know the
It's
seat he
crazy.
was in?
He jumped out of a plane 11A.
Before it crashed?
He jumped
That's
out of
what
a.
I heard he like jumped just before it landed. He
The
jumped
plane.
out.
Okay. Do you want to know that? Because I was talking
I
about
don't-
this morning
that's
about. I know it's happened. So the
5
aircraft's
minutes
actually-
after,
So
yeah.
it split. Oh, less than that. So it split, and he's been thrown clear. So his brother was sitting beside him. He didn't make it. He's the only guy that made 11 alpha.
What happened to him?
Yeah.
They say 11 alpha, but more importantly, it's the front row of economy. He was in the left window.
Yeah,
Front row of economy. So he's been thrown clear. That's how
Mm.
it's happened.
front row of economy.
Front row of economy.
And
So,
so,
business
so,
class in front of
so
me.
he's like
there was an
flung
exit
out
door.
of the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there would have been an exit
But
door
how'd he
in front of
live?
him.
It's an emergency row, right, in front of him or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So he would have been in the very front row. There would have been an emergency door right there, and that's obviously come apart, and he's been thrown clear. So
Insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was walking, like got up walking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
look, there's
insane.
people have survived it. There was a plane. Where was it? Like in the 70s. There was, and I think she was Eastern European of some. She was a flight attendant.
Oh yeah, and she fucking fell out of the plane while it was in the
Yeah,
air.
like 33,000.
Yeah,
feet.
and landed on trees and shit and lived,
yeah,
right?
it was. She was in the back section of the aircraft that snapped. It was a bomb. So someone this was.
Oh,
like
she
a-
was in the
She was in
aircraft.
the plane, and a bomb went off that had been in the hold, and the back half of the the back of the end of the aircraft snapped off. The rest of it blew up, and she dropped like 33,000 feet or something crazy, but into snow. Right, so she's hit a mountain in snow, and she wasn't good. She fractured bones and skull and all sort of shit. But the first person to the plane was like was a doctor that got there to her and got her, kept her alive.
I can't believe one dude survived that. You would feel insane surviving
Yeah.
that plane crash. How did it
Yeah.
crash? Do you know?
Yeah. So well, they don't know for sure yet. But the story is that it was just after takeoff, literally on
5
takeoff.
minutes. Yeah.
And the reports at the moment is there was a lot of dust in the air. So they're saying that he's taken off, but he's not used anywhere near the available runway. Right. So he's gone airborne pretty quickly. Now what that can mean is he's gone airborne just as he's gotten to speed.
Mm.
And then if he's hit dust or a bird strike or something like that, that's then caused him to lose speed, then he would lose altitude pretty much.
Yeah,
straight away.
right. So he didn't get enough air.
Yeah,
Didn't
so
have
he's
speed.
gotten in the air. Something's happened to make him,
Yeah.
and he's gone in, right? So it's happened pretty
God
quick,
damn.
but he's landed on a hostel.
Yeah, he landed on like a residential area.
It's a residential area, but
Oh,
the thing he
fuck.
particularly has hit, where a lot of people have been killed in, it's a hostel, but it was with I think it's a medical,
Oh,
like a medical
Jesus.
school or something. So they were students there or not, but
that's sad.
yeah, look,
Best place
it's
to
all
crash.
very fresh and rare and all the rest of
Fix
it.
it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Best place to crash, probably.
On a
Like
hospital.
a hospital, yeah, because best place to get sick
I'd
is in a
argue
hospital.
the best
So,
place to
like,
crash
best place
is
to
on
crash.
a foam pit.
When you said hostel, I thought it'd be people playing with like flow toys and they look up and the
Armadas.
plane just fucking annihilates them. You see a whole loop.
This was not in my horoscope today. Yeah, damn, hey. Well, that's a bummer. But you know what? Like, it happens. I've been watching air crash investigations. Very sad. Most of the time, very sad. Turns out a lot of the time they crash in that show.
Really?
So
I
that's
can't
pretty-
watch them. I never watch those things.
It's pretty
Can't watch
interesting.
any of the airline shows.
Did they ever like crash in water? So it's
Yeah.
so it's like a water crash investigation.
Yeah. Is that the boat? Is that it becomes a boat investigation at that point?
You know, they show you when you start with
That's
Qantas,
pissed me off.
I don't know if they still do it, but when I first started with Qantas, with the airline, part of your inaugural, you call it your bloody onboarding, what do they call it now? You get shown a video from the security side of it, and it scares you straight. This video was all about the Lockerbie one, and
What's the Lockerbie one?
Lockerbie was a bomb that a
Darren Lockerbie?
aircraft, Pan Am, I think it was Pan Am. Correct me on that, but anyway, it was.
I had sex with her in
Semtex.
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
So Semtex bomb was put on, and then it got transferred onto this aircraft, and it was going. Lockerbie,
From
was a
Spawn?
little town in Scotland, and it was going over that when it blew
Fuck
up,
me.
and so it was horrific, and
Who bombed them?
they did fine.
Where's
Some of their
Lockerbie?
team- Scotland. It's a little village in Scotland.
So they
But it
blew up a
pretty
plane
much-
in the middle of the fucking air.
Well, it took out Pan Am as well, because this is why you get your points, your
Yeah.
aircraft points, right? So they
Flybys?
have now what they call flybys. They have what they call a sunset clause, which means if you don't use them in 2 years, you lose them.
That's fucked.
So, but here's the reason why they have the sunset clause, because of this. What happened was Pan Am weren't going great financially. They were in a bit of strife,
Yeah.
right? And then this happened, and then the word went around, oh my God, that's going to hurt them big time. And they didn't, back then, they never had sunset clauses. So everyone had like thousands of points. So at the very moment that Pan Am needed cash coming in, everyone started saying, well, fuck, we better use our points before we lose them, because these guys might go broke. So every fucking seat was, everyone was using points. They had no money coming in, and they just went like financially, went down the gurgle straight away.
God damn.
So, so I took out the airline as well. And they were the biggest airline in the States, probably one of the biggest airlines in the world.
It's
when it
crazy
happened.
that like a bomb going off crashes a airline, because wouldn't that be the airport? Like that would really be facing the because that's where the bomb's been coming on the plane. It's not the
Yeah, no, they actually worked out. So what happened was they had, I think the plane was leaving, I think it left Paris, I think. Don't
You've
quote me on
been
that.
there.
I have. But the bomb was actually checked in somewhere in Italy and transferred. So, which is why now you
Never go to Italy.
Never.
Never go.
Well,
to
So
Italy.
I had covered this morning. My mate's just come back from Italy. How's this for freaky? Mount Etna.
Yeah, it erupted.
Eruption.
Yeah. So my mate was on a boat, and they were in the Med, whatever it was, with his mate, his rich mate that owns this boat, and he and his wife were there with him. And they're looking the next day, and they said, "Hey, where are we going to go today?" And they went, "Oh, look, Mount Etna's erupting." So they sailed to it and sat in the harbour.
That's fucking
and watched
awesome.
The bloody
Wow.
thing.
That's
But
sick.
literally, he's put a picture up on Facebook, and then 4 minutes later, a mate of mine is in this little village on the beside Mount Etna, puts up a picture of the exact same thing. Going,
Do they
"Oh,
know
look
each
at this."
other?
No, not at
Wow.
all. Not at all. But yes, it's a
Crazy
little village.
world.
Small world.
Were
Isn't
you,
it?
were you working at the airport in like 2009
Yes. 9, yes. Yeah.
when Task Force 141 had that big skirmish? You remember
Who the
that?
fuck is
A
Task
terminal?
141?
Oh, yeah.
It was 09. I thought it was
Is
10.
this a game?
Oh, that was
No,
France.
it was in
wasn't
terminal. It was in the
What the
terminal.
fuck is
Task
this?
Force 1 for
France.
1.
Yeah,
Was it France?
I have no
Because
idea
that's
what you're talking about.
the
It was rough.
Yeah.
That's no Russian.
Started with
No
a terror
Russian,
attack.
yeah.
France.
Like 3 Russian nationalists, like terrorist
Yeah, it's like
cell.
a what do they call it? Where they pretend they start a war,
False flag.
false flag attack.
Yeah. It was crazy.
There you go.
Massacred
Memory
everyone
must
in
be
the
going.
airport. You don't remember
No,
that?
no, it's bullshit.
And they
It's
avoided
not
it.
bullshit.
It's
Movie
not
or-
bullshit. No.
I've
It's
seen
real.
so much footage of it, dude. Like a lot of footage of it. It
Oh,
is
see,
not
I don't-
bullshit.
I avoid all that stuff.
That's fucked.
It's fucking idiot. I did have a guy once sitting on the transfer desk, the sales desk, and myself and 2 other people are sitting there, and this guy has driven his like a little shit car. This is before they had bollards in front of the doors.
Before they had bollards.
Well, when did they invent
put 'em now.
bollards?
Well, bollards have been around for a while, but they
This is
clearly
how
didn't
they.
think
This
they needed
is
them
the
at
story as to
President.
why
They're
they
there
were
now.
I wish we had bollards.
So this
What are
guy, well,
those?
mind you, he had a little tiny car, so he probably could have driven between the bollards if they were there. But anyway, he's come in and driven his car into the terminal.
Yeah.
Right. And so in through the
He had a
big
flash
sliding
catch.
glass doors. He's driven in, got out, and started walking from the other end of the airport on the departures level, and started walking straight towards the desk that I'm working on.
Why?
And he had in his hand a cylinder. Now, I recognised it.
Lightsaber.
So I looked at
suit.
it. No. This is the thing. But straight away, I've seen what's in his hand from a distance. And because I was the father of little children at the time, I knew what it was straight away. But everyone else thought it was a flare.
Rose toy.
No, it was a fucking
Telescope.
Not a telescope. You know the things.
Oh.
No, the things that turn
Yeah,
around and
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
see all
Oh,
the
kaleidoscope.
crystals and
Yeah.
kaleidoscope. That's it. So it was a little toy kaleidoscope, and I knew it straight away. But everyone else thought he had a flare and thought it was going off. Right. Anyway, he was a nutter. But as soon as he's driven in, the person over there has seen it and quickly called. You know,
So he's driven
the
onto
police.
the runway?
No, he's driven into the terminal, like into the building. Yeah, at Brisbane Airport.
Yeah,
over near
wow,
the top
holy
end.
shit.
So he's driven in, jumped out, and started walking towards me. And as he's gotten towards me, the other two have fucking bolted, run out the back, and I'm just sitting there looking at this idiot. He's walked straight up. He goes, "I want to go to America to see George Bush," because George W. was the president.
What
at the
year was
time.
this?
Oh fuck, I don't know. When
09.
George Bush was in there, right?
Was that
He goes,
09?
I want to go to America to see George Bush.
I think I was
and I
there.
haven't had a chance to answer when the federal police have come screaming around from upstairs.
Yeah.
They're coming running towards him, and he spotted them and knew the drill. He went, "Oh!" Okay. He just got straight down on the ground, put his hands behind his head, laying flat in his belly, put his hands behind his head.
How old?
Wasn't his first radio. He would have been early 20s.
He would.
22,
So he's obviously
23.
on something or just lost it.
We get nutters out the airport all the time.
Yeah, airports make people crazy.
The funniest story.
People nutting in the airport all the time.
But airports do make people
Yeah,
crazy.
best
Like
sex is in the
airports,
airport.
you're going to a building where like your rights are taken away by fuckwits on security who act like they're cops and they're not even like racist enough to be cops.
Can I tell you about my last airport trip?
Yeah,
Because we went to, well, it wasn't my last one.
it was
but
Adelaide.
when we went, and traveled, and I was waiting. I was in line, and there was this like fucking couple behind me, and they kept whispering to each other. I kept hearing, "When I go home, baby,
No.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson." And she was like liking it, and I was stuck in the line. Do you remember that?
What do you mean? Do I remember?
Are you
it?
serious? Is that
Yeah,
real?
I was stuck in the line, and we were waiting. It was nighttime, and it's really quiet, and I just keep hearing.
What do you mean? Do I remember it? Where the fuck?
Because you were there,
Dude,
and
that's fucking
and
weird.
she kept going. I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson when I get home.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I could hear things, and
naughty boy.
yeah, like that.
No
There was a naughty
way.
girl, and
Even a
she would
naughty
go
girl.
like a horse. Like that was my horse noise. What's a horse noise?
What the fuck is this bit that
Yeah.
I'm seeing?
Well, like a-
Yeah, like
Is
that.
this in Adelaide? Come here.
Yeah, like offline because LA people are crazy, dude. So I'm in line.
Yeah.
That is true.
He's like, and the whole time I keep hearing, because he was talking to someone. Like, oh, you want some water? Like they come by. It's like, oh, we have water. And he goes, he was like, he sounded like this. He was like, no, we don't need any water. No. And she'd leave and be like, I'm gonna fucking teach you a lesson.
Are you on the plane?
Yeah, he's behind me at this point. He's like, I'm gonna fucking teach you a lesson when I get home. You're naughty. You're a naughty girl. And she loved it.
I don't want you to drink water. I want you
No,
thirsty.
watch
We have arrested people.
fuck is
We've
this
had
real?
aircraft arrive and
I've
arrested
never
people.
heard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But there's someone we knew tried to get on board with a fucking hammer
Yeah.
that we went with and then
He
asked
commented on that.
for the.
He went, if you did that, I would have hit you. And she went, I'm gonna have to teach
Who
you.
are you? This
I'm
is
gonna have to teach
bullshit.
you
Who are
when I
you
get home.
talking about, dude? I don't understand.
Complete
the-
bullshit.
I'm gonna have to teach you a little fucking lesson.
I don't know what you're talking about, you slut. Hey, guess what? This podcast, every single time we upload it, is actually, it's being made thanks to one beautiful, beautiful sponsor, Gamer Subs. You can actually order anything from there. Merch, like this
Bomb.
hoodie I'm wearing and tracksuit that I wear every day. Elias has the same one on because it's so damn comfy. You can get flavors that are basically soft drink supplements. You can get them. They even have trading cards full of hot babes.
Which is your favorite flavor?
So I didn't get tracksuit pants because I went to fucking
Yep.
Paris.
I actually,
It's fine.
I love that nectar flavor.
Was that for the You're wearing the tracksuit pants too. You're wearing the fucking tracksuit pants as well.
Oh, Chip!
What did you break?
Chip died, dude.
You broke Chip.
You broke the cup. Yeah.
My
this one?
Yeah. No, it's the nectar one.
So I've opened this.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I love energy. GG energy.
Okay. Anyway, here's some cards.
That's on fire!
You can use discount code CrackerMilk for 10% off. Make sure you
Can't believe I got ditched on the fucking tracky day.
make sure you grab from the top of the tower, not the center. When you stack your flavors, otherwise you end up like a fuckhead, like this fuckhead.
Hey,
Anyway,
that's
That
that's
Josh
just
has to- what
rude,
the
dude.
dude,
fuck?
Josh
What
has to
the
clean all of
fuck,
that
bro?
up. And if you log your code every time you go there and check out something, you get 10% off.
Huh.
And if we get free shipping, you get free shipping. So whenever they're doing a fucking promo, just make sure you got code CrackerMilk there, okay? Love you all. Goodbye.
They're all
Yeah, so
red.
one time I was at Disneyland, and I'm waiting to build my lightsaber. Did you
Okay,
ever
this
do
is
that?
a lie.
Did you ever build your
Because you
lightsaber?
never went to Star Wars Land.
I went to Star Wars Land,
did
and
go
I
to
got a
Star Wars
lightsaber.
Land.
It was shit.
What color was
How
it?
dare
It was
you.
green.
Because you
Like,
can't tell the
green?
color, can you? They
took my
just.
kids.
Yeah, they just
this was
ignite it.
before
You know
that.
there's rarities in the crystals and shit, and one guy got like a yellow lightsaber. He's like, oh, cool, and because only the staff have that color, and they went, that's a mistake, and took it off him. Can you imagine paying like hundreds of dollars
like
to build a
$500
fucking
or
piece of
something. It's
plastic,
insane.
and you go, oh, I actually got something like really rare. That's awesome. They go, oh no, we're taking that.
Yeah.
Like I'd be foul. I'd be foul. I say foul.
And then they give you like the most common one. They should give you a fucking rare one after that.
Yeah, I don't know what rare
Well,
is.
Just
well,
give you a little Mickey badge and you'll be fine.
I've got this Disney hack. So the Fast Pass, right?
Mhm.
Now, people who buy the Fast Pass, bigger.
They're slow.
They're bigger. They're slower. I realize that if you get the Fast Pass at this point, you are walking behind
Bigger ones.
bigger ones. So don't get the Fast
I've
Pass.
seen
I
plus size.
figured that
Well,
out.
Plus size
slow
park
pass,
Park
hoppers.
yeah.
hoppers, yeah. And this is true. So I was at Star Wars Land, and I went to get on the Millennium Falcon ride. And as you know, there's only 2 seats on the Millennium Falcon ride, and
I don't know that.
there's only 2 seats. But for bigger people, they push them together.
They don't.
Yeah. So if there's 4 big people, that's 4 rides you have to
That
wait
is
for.
not true.
It's
Yeah,
true.
It's true, dude.
Is that actually
That's
true?
true. They
Don't
push
get
the seats
sucked
together.
in.
Push the seats
Yeah.
together, lift up the armrests.
There's no armrest when they're on it.
Yeah.
So I went on there's another ride at Star Wars Land. It can fit 10 people. Guess how many was in my ride?
1.
4.
That's not true.
That's true.
It was, yeah.
Was it someone?
And the scanners, when you walk through the line, it scans you and it goes, it puts you up on the screen. Big people can't do it. It just goes,
I don't believe that, but that is funny.
they can't do it.
Scales
They
broke.
put your weight up, but it's in Arabic, so no one's offended.
But it's like 6 digits.
Was it you saying that you went on and like someone's steering the Falcon and it was a little kid?
Indiana Jones.
Well, wasn't it like, I'm pretty sure there's a Star Wars ride where someone steers around and flies with the screen. And it's like people get pissed because they wait in line. They always give it to the little kid. They're like, you can steer. And everyone's like, fuck, this kid's fucking terrible. So they're
no.
like fucking it up.
Honestly, one of the funniest things that we went to NASA and in
The space station?
the space
The
station.
space station.
The space station, but Cape Kennedy, right? So we went to
Yeah.
Cape Kennedy with the kids, and we did what they call the astronaut training experience, the ATX, right? You do this thing, and you spend the day, and it's actually at the museum. Anyway, you're at Cape Kennedy. Anyway.
Do you eat space sticks?
But
Space
there was like
food?
all these parents and all these kids, right? And you do a whole heap of different things during the day, and you get to talk. You can meet an astronaut. You have breakfast with us. You know, it's the best. It's the fucking best, right? But the end of the day is you do a mission on a space shuttle. And so they've got a mock-up of the space shuttle there, the whole sort of thing. And everyone sort of drew the positions, the role you had out of a hat. And half the positions are on the space shuttle and
the other
half
half are
in mission control,
Yeah.
right?
That's lame.
And it was just how it worked out. All the fucking kids got the actual space shuttle.
Oh, fuck that.
And no. And my brother-in-law was the only adult, and everyone else
Was in
got
the
the thing.
command
And
center.
mate, and so we're all trying, and these kids are running fucking riot. And my brother-in-law, he was seeing it all on cameras. He's trying to get everyone to, because we got a script to follow, that sort of stuff to make it to give it all the realism it needs, all this shit. And then you could just see these kids pissing themselves laughing at this one adult trying to fucking wrangle the cats on board this fucking space shuttle. It was so funny. Everyone was laughing and we crashed, like we fucking crashed and burned on re-entry, like smashed.
Fuck yeah.
And
All the kids
are-
died,
I
yeah.
just remember my brother-in-law like almost pulling his hair out, and these kids are like shaking with laughter, shaking with laughter at this. It was so fucking
That's
funny.
All those kids died, and so does his brother-in-law.
Yeah, that was
So-
the challenge.
That's
of
like
collision.
at Disneyland. I went on the Temple of Doom ride with my dad, and
He did go to
I
Disneyland.
did.
He
and
did.
it's the same thing.
I've been on the ride.
Yeah,
I know.
and so one person gets to
Steer.
to steer.
Yeah, but
So
you don't
I
get
was
to.
steering.
You're not driving all over the fucking place. It's still on the fucking. The wheel doesn't do
Anyway,
anything.
I wanted to give a kids a good reaction, like a good entertainment. So my dad was Indiana Jones, and I got to be short round. And
then
we
you look
weren't
behind-
allowed back.
Don't
You
do
You
it.
could have just been Mutt.
Kid,
by this
hey
point.
kid,
Shia LaBeouf.
Dude.
I hate to tell you this, but the brakes are broken.
Okay, cut that. Cut that. Cut
He
that.
fucking did it. So when when the boulder starts coming down and the thing cranks into
I don't know.
reverse
I'm
and goes-
lying, bro. I've never been on it.
Fuck you, wanker. Honestly, it's fucking hell. Fucking hell.
He has been on it.
been on It's also a Jeep.
As you know, I love theme parks and stuff.
Name one.
Well, I'm
Is
gonna
this a
name
River Rapids
Dreamworld.
joke?
I'm gonna,
Rapids?
no. I'm gonna name the best fucking one. Okay.
SeaWorld.
So There's one called Construction World.
Oh my God.
So it's like you go there and everything's under construction, but you can actually go into the
Kind
construction
of sounds like
sites
movie world.
and
You know, there's a place in Vegas though.
Well, they had dolphins and
sand
stuff
pit.
there.
There's a place in Vegas, a big sand pit, where they've got all the and kids can go there and like whatever Tonka truck you can imagine, they've got the proper version there, and kids can go on it. It's crazy.
Chris, we have to go back. There was a dolphin reference. I'm not getting.
Yeah,
it.
there was dolphins there, and there
Anyway,
was
keep
like
going.
some there was a
Keep going.
there was some sort of a triangle and stuff, and there was aliens in it, and
Oh, it's the Bermuda
talking about
Triangle,
the
right?
Bermuda
Yes,
Triangle.
yeah,
There's
that
dolphins.
one,
in
that's-
Oh, cause SeaWorld.
yeah,
it's
kind
a
of sick.
SeaWorld down
But
the Gold
but
Coast.
yeah, but you're allowed to go into all the construction sites.
No,
and
you're
stuff,
not. No,
and then
you're not.
you get yelled at, and it feels like you're
Oh,
on
oh,
actually
like a real
on site.
tradie.
Yeah, it's kind of sick. It
I
feels
just
really
think
immersive.
any situation that has you involving a mammal that can't talk is never going to end well.
Hold on.
Yeah, you know exactly.
Bro,
what
can
I'm
you
talking
imagine him
about.
with a
What?
gremlin? What do you reckon would happen to that gremlin after a day?
Hey,
Oh.
I want to bring up. So on the Patreon, sometimes people ask us questions,
Oh,
and I
fine.
feel
Yep,
like the
yep, yep.
podcast is the best place to
Yeah.
answer those questions.
Hit
So
me.
Liquid Elvis has asked a couple.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's
I
a
can
cool
answer
dude.
it all.
Shout out to him. And anyone who wants to ask us something or get to know us more, hop on the podcast. Hop on the Patreon, sorry.
Get on the podcast. Meet you here.
So this is a good one. He just wants to know right now, do the cast and crew have a favorite skit or podcast episode from over the years? So I feel like we can answer that here, which would be nice. And then I don't know what else he's got.
My answers, I know my answer straight away.
What is it?
It's a skit. I'm not even in it. It's the You Pee Like a Girl skit.
Oh, of me in the wheelchair?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And
that-
it's just your look at the end after. Yeah,
It's a
and
classic.
It's got Josh Tate in it, who's one of my favourite humans. So yeah, it's just I enjoy
What about
that one.
podcasts, mate?
Potties? Tell you what, last week was pretty fucking hard.
ZZ was up
Frog
there.
Boy. Yeah, Froggy, that was up there. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
good.
what a favorite video, like I can't think.
One of my favorites
Oh.
that's come out recently. That's
Saving
like
Private Ryan. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
fucking up there.
No, the titty twister one. That
Yeah,
has
it's a banger.
gone up
Mm.
there for me.
We've
Oh,
just
the
done a
tits.
lot,
I
so
love
it's
that.
hard for me to like
Yeah.
remember.
But I also love the Great Daniel podcast.
The Great Daniel.
It's pretty
A
good.
character that never took off, like that plane in India. You just
Oh,
straight into a hostel full
Oh,
of
would be
children.
absolutely
No.
too soon.
Hostels aren't
Yeah.
full of children. They're full of
That's right.
men
Oh, then who
children
cares?
and women children.
Women
The plane had children in them.
So true, dude. The plane had children in them. Why didn't they just activate the emergency
Ejection seats.
like
The ejector
air
seats.
balloons that puff up around the World Trade Center when it was in danger? So the plane just hits a big.
Why didn't they
billow.
just hit the brakes?
Boink.
Yeah, pump
Where
the
was
brakes.
Iron Man?
Any
Where
other
were the
questions?
Avengers? That's it. That's all I
That's
found.
all we-
yeah,
yeah,
I
okay,
couldn't. I
sick.
couldn't.
I got a
look.
question. I read it on my phone.
Yeah.
Do you jump over a railing or go underneath?
Jump
it?
over it because if you go under a railing, you're a bottom.
But you go under that railing.
That's a
all the
chain link fence, and it's
Yeah,
a
that's
chain.
not a
Yeah,
railing.
did you
It's
say your
different.
favourite skit? Or potty?
My favorite podcast might be the Alien one
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
because
It
that was
good
so
fun.
much work.
time.
Yeah, that is
That
cool.
was a very
All of
fun
those ones were really fun.
And my favorite skit, I do like Mr. Hollywood. I wrote it in the chat.
Yeah, Miss Holly's pretty
Well, you only like the ones you write, as we know.
Of course.
Like we only like the ones we write.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, what's the point
What's
of
the
doing
point?
it?
Like I only want.
I
only
had
think
nothing to
I'm
do
good,
with
so
the pee like a girl.
The Crusader one I really like with Elias.
That's good.
I don't know. Driving with the DUI was really good. Love on the Spectrum's really good.
I was gonna say-
yeah, Love on the Spectrum. That's
I don't
that's up there.
I don't fucking know. As I look at these, it just feels like a blur of time. Like since I
there's so many.
But the Love on the Spectrum one, I really like. And then when Tam's character comes in,
no, she's the best.
it's fucking amazing.
Tam's incredible.
It's fucking amazing.
Well,
I see
Should we
how
talk
it
about
is.
some like boy shit?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
cocks
Sausage,
and like
cock and cock and ball stuff,
and
mate.
like our
meat and two
feelings.
veg, mate. Fuck off.
Feelings.
Well, I got to switch too.
I got to switch too.
I
go-
I got a MetaQuest.
You've had one for ages, dude.
I know.
Just
Yeah,
bringing up the
sucks.
same thing
Still
over and
better.
over again.
I got malaria.
Not yet. You don't.
Number one, Mario Kart.
Oh, fuck off. You
Never
can fuck
lost,
off with that.
undefeated.
Yeah, I'm getting pissed off, dude, that he
Undefeated?
keeps winning. We played
But why
Strip
do you
Mario
get a
Kart.
whole brand new fucking platform and then play the same fucking
It's a
game
new
you play on
game.
everything
New
else?
game.
Quit.
But it's still just fucking Mario characters racing in a fucking cart, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can play a crab.
You can play crab now, so and he
It's
loves
kinda cool.
crabs.
I do
He
like
has crabs,
Yeah.
so he's allowed to play it.
I feel like I've
Don't
been-
even try this argument, mate. You watch fucking cricket every
it's
weekend
the
when it's
same
on. It's the
game.
same game over and over
I'm
again.
tired. I was
Yeah,
up all last night watching it.
Yeah.
Sticks and rock.
Same fucking game, and you watch it every fucking time it's on.
Throw-
Nothing changes.
Throw rocks at stick.
Oh,
to hit
this
stick
guy's
off.
got a new bowler. This team's got a new bowler. Same fucking thing. Throwing a ball down a pitch. So
That is
don't. So
not
what's your
true.
tone? You like what you like.
Do you know what would be interesting is if you like give certain players malaria on the team. And
Do you know
see
what
how,
would
like,
be
it plays
interesting
out.
is
I like
you
to see
you
that.
have a ball that's actually a grenade, an impact grenade, and
Mhm.
they don't know until they hit it. So
Oh, like
one
Russian roulette.
ball in every over, you can have a bomb ball, and basically it's like a chance to
That would be the end
explode
of-
on the batsman.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't be the end. You would just
Just not hit it.
they change the way the game's played.
Like you could throw a bat, you could bunt with the
You
bat.
could bunt it
Yeah.
back. You could
Yeah,
could
throw the
probably
bat
like
like that.
we could have rules
Exactly.
to have some more armor on. So you have some more armor on for that one.
But you can only wear it on one hit. So the
Yeah,
bowler picks
yeah.
the ball, and then you get.
I
to
think
pick
that's
it.
good.
I
That's
think it's
pretty
pretty
fun.
close to the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, what if
What's
what
the
if
dumbest thing you've ever heard?
Yeah.
in your
I
life?
think that's it. I think that's
No,
You
you
said
said
it's
it was
close.
close.
Yeah.
You look like you could work as an airplane. Like if I saw you outside the plane, like trying to fix it, I'd get off the flight.
Yeah.
I would be like, I'm off. I'm not getting on that fucking thing.
Nah, just working overtime.
Did you work at Dreamworld for a bit?
Yeah, Dreamworld.
Were you a ride technician?
Yeah, but it was.
Oh yeah, back in a while ago.
2018. Was it?
15, 16.
No, it was it was a while ago. Bit of a technician, did a lot of work on.
What happened?
Some situations occurred.
What happened,
that-
bud?
Huh?
I said, what happened?
Oh, what happened? I lost my job.
Oh, fuck.
What happened to lose it?
How?
I work at SeaWorld now.
Oh my god.
What is happening
when-
at SeaWorld? Is something going wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the animatronics for all the animals and stuff like they.
They're
need
real.
to
Dude, they're
fucking,
real
like,
animals.
When
No,
it
they're
happened
not.
at
They
Itchy and-
are.
You're talking about
you
Itchy
cut
and
them
Scratchy
open.
Land,
No,
the episode
you,
of The
you cut them
Simpsons.
open and you'll find out that it's actually
it's
all
Westworld.
animatronic.
How many animatronics that you've cut open?
All of them, dude.
What makes them an animatronic? What do you think?
Well, I haven't found the animatronic ones yet, but the ones that I have
cut up?
cut up
Yeah.
haven't been, but they're no longer there. So now the rest. Are
So you're
animatronics.
like you're basically like
Culling them.
it's more likely now that they're all animatronics. That's why you're so confident.
yeah.
I feel like you're just killing animals
Nah, dude.
because like you've killed a few dolphins.
Remember before when I said that the cricket thing was the stupidest thing?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
That's the stupidest thing.
It's stupid.
Close to.
Did I tell you about when I went to Montezuma's the other day?
Oh my god.
No, because that's embarrassing.
If this finishes with you
No, I
shitting
had to
yourself,
go there for Mother's Day.
did you shit yourself at the end of the
No,
day?
but we went.
God,
they
Montezuma's
didn't
is
have
terrible.
anything. They didn't have anything, but I could hear behind me. It was like a couple arguing.
I'm so over this bit.
Fucking hell.
Kept being like, I want you to eat that fucking.
So this what,
Eat that hard
eat that
rice.
burrito. I want
what
you
this
messy
fuck has reminded
later.
me of. When was the last time
I
you went to
want
the
you
Ekka? The
messy.
Ekka is like our state fair for our American.
You know you
listeners.
fucking brought up the Ekka like 3 times on the podcast.
Have I really?
Yes, you've absolutely.
Yeah.
I because I've heard you
But do you
say
go on the
that.
rides? Do you go on the rides?
No, they're so expensive.
You'll die.
That's not
Yeah.
why I don't go on the rides. Because
Yeah,
fucking
'cause I work
people
on
like
them and
him
stuff.
Carnies.
put them together.
Also-
Carnies.
also
they can't
another
even
thing
fucking
ab-
brush their teeth. How do we trust them to put together a fucking thing that you
Dolphin
can put in the
regular
microwave?
/ ride.
Crazy
technology.
thing.
my God.
Crazy thing about the Ekka though, all the animals.
Animatronics.
It's just show bags.
They're actual spies, like
Show
cameras
bags.
from the government.
It's my mate's
to
name.
spy on the public.
One of the best names, Showbags, because he's full of useless
I'm
shit. Did we
traumatized.
get Showbags last year from someone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Emily.
Oh, we
um,
got so much. That's right. I got like $70 worth of lollies, and I ate them all in a month and got incredibly
When's
fat.
the Ekka again?
August,
Soon.
mate.
August. Yeah.
August. Okay.
I
When the
got
winds come.
traumatized because my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, dropped her phone in water.
You've got an ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, and it shattered, and she was crying.
I thought you'd been with
I
Amy
picked-
since you were like 9.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
And it all like shattered. And she was like, I'm taking the Apple Store, and I like picked it up, and all the time behind me I could hear, I'm gonna take you. I want
Oh
you
my
to buy a
God.
shirt bag. I want you to fucking. I want you to buy the
Jesus
naughtiest
fucking
shirt
hell.
bag.
I've told you to stop bringing your parents everywhere with you, dude. You know what else is crazy? Chris has
Yeah,
his
what?
2 sons. Okay.
Really?
Yep. And
A
one's
moon?
in a band, and they're doing really good music. I'm very excited.
Next Thursday night is their single launch at Black Bear Lodge.
A terminal.
That's sick.
Terminal.
Yeah.
Terminal, dude.
Big
At
fan, dude.
Black Bear Lodge. That's exciting. I'm going to go with you.
I'll probably be working
some magazine
there
just
out
did
the
a-
back.
I'm going to start
did an article on 'em.
punching everyone in the back of the head when I'm in the mosh.
Did I tell you that?
I'll probably be there anyway. I'll be working out the back.
I'm not
I thought you were
going.
at SeaWorld.
If you're
Huh?
working,
No,
on it-
I'm a contractor.
I thought you traded contracts.
Yeah. But I'm a contractor that trades contracts. So I'm kind of everywhere.
Your voice has gone somewhere weird,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it's kind of going around.
What are you looking at there, champion?
I'm trying to find the article
He's on
that
Pornhub.
a mob did, like a magazine did or an online magazine did a
Zine.
review of The Boys,
He's
my
on Jerk,
son's
mate.
band, and what they.
I love when people are like releasing a zine and it's a book this thin and it's
Yeah.
like
About
it's
themselves.
tiny, it's 3
That's what
photos and
happens.
it's just that it's about them.
Yeah.
Buy my zine, only $75.
Oh, the
Anyway.
band, by the way, if you're in town, my kids, my Matthew's band's playing the Koala Tavern at Capella Bar tonight.
Holy shit. The Koala Tavern, that's a rough
Oh, this
fucking
is-
venue.
This is coming out.
9:15
That's
to 10
fucking,
p.m.
that's
tonight.
beside Capella Bar
In a
Central
week.
where I worked.
God damn.
Is it a rough pub? Is it a rough pub?
It was a rough pub back in the day, the Koala Tav.
Just depends if the koala's active or not.
What?
He's odd.
Do you think all animals are
Did you-
animatronics or just the ones in the zoos?
Or it just depends if they're turned on or not.
What do you mean?
Like switched on.
Because they're fake, mate.
Because you know how they sleep like 19 hours a day.
Koalas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually them just like being switched off from the government.
Do you think all
They're in
animals?
camera mode.
Do you think all
There we
animals
go.
are switched off?
Huh? When they're powered off, yeah.
A koala's in camera mode.
When they're switched off,
Do
yeah.
all animals have a camera mode?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Do you
So
have a
can I give you the
camera?
quote?
Look at all
that
the
magazine
birds,
said?
dude.
Yeah.
This is Zest is apparently the magazine, but it said
A zine.
underground rock isn't dead; it's just getting louder. Southeast Queenslanders, raw, authentic, and unapologetic.
Underground rock isn't dead. It's just getting louder. Doesn't make any sense,
I
but
know.
everything else is good.
Hey,
Underground
ChatGPT. It
rock
was the best
isn't dead.
ChatGPT
It's just
probably
getting
a fucking-
louder.
It'll be a first-year journalism student.
What
Give
the
a
fuck
fucking
does
break.
that work? Underground rock isn't dead.
ChatGPT
It's just
spat
getting
it out
louder.
and it sounded good.
Can we break
Isn't
that
dead.
down?
It's
It's not
getting
dead.
louder.
So it's getting louder. If it was getting louder, you wouldn't need to say it's not dead.
Well,
Correct.
it's not
Also,
dead.
why
it's
is it
in
called?
fact getting louder.
Also, why is it called underground rock? Why don't you just call it rock that you found under the ground?
or mineral.
Or
It's
you
just
just
still
underground rock isn't dead. It's just getting.
This is my
That's right.
underground
Started.
rock.
That's a
Trade-
yeah.
you
It's
should
just
be the
getting
trader.
started.
You'll listen to
Huh?
play
It's
lunch.
evolving.
I don't. That is a fucking ChatGPT title. That does not
Trade
make
rock.
sense.
Tradie rock.
Underground rock isn't dead. It's just getting louder. That is a
might be the
ChatGPT
case,
title.
yeah.
That's a chat. Has not.
I've had an argument with ChatGPT over the last 2 days.
Really? What
Yeah.
are you talking
so you're
about?
arguing with yourself in a mirror.
It's weird because what it
It's
did.
not weird.
No, I got angry at it because I put this picture up, right? You saw it, the picture that I'm trying to get fixed up, right, on ChatGPT.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
you
that one.
load the thing and say, hey, can you tidy this up and make it look better and make it look, Anyway, and it
Make
came
it
back.
look bigger.
It came back and said, oh, it's a bit busy at the moment. We'll let you know when it's done, right? Must be a lot of people doing it.
What?
I went, okay, and this is what it said. And it said, we'll be ready in a
lying
couple
to
of
you.
minutes, right? Correct. So here's the thing, though.
They needed more.
I
plans
then
to
like
burn
went back
for-
about an hour later. I went, "Is it ready yet?" Oh, sorry. And look, it talks to you like you're him. It says, "I'm so sorry. It's taken a bit longer than normal. Here, we'll run it again. See what happens." So I kept doing this, right?
What a useless piece of shit.
But then it got to like fucking. I went back and checked and said, "Hey, it's been nearly like 24 hours now." And they go, "Oh, we're so sorry. That is definitely longer than it should have taken. The issue has been here, right, sort of stuff. Look, we'll try it one more time again." I went, "Okay, no worries at all."
There's no
and then
way
it came up,
thinks
and
like
then
that.
it came back and said, "You've used up all your images for 24. You have to wait to think or upgrade to
Yeah.
the fucking thing, right?" And so I got the shits, and I went back and went, "Is this a fucking scam? You don't give me what you want, and then tell me that I've used it too many fucking times. You're full of shit." And I put that there, and it came back with, "We are so sorry. You are right to be upset." It's like it's the most placating fucking
Yeah,
shit. You wouldn't
it just tells
believe.
you what you want to hear. It wouldn't have been
Yeah.
waiting. It's a machine. It doesn't wait at
Yeah.
all. It
No, what
wouldn't have
it has
waited
come
at
back
all.
and said there was there's an end user issue or something or other. It said,
I
come
don't
back
think
with
you have to
some issue.
wait. I don't think you.
You
when
got
it,
pranked,
when
dude.
it says come back, and you don't come back, you just say. What do
No,
you
what
mean?
it says is we'll let you know when it's ready.
But it
It's just
doesn't
taking
because
bit
it's not a
longer.
machine. Once you close out the window,
Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm just telling you what it said.
yeah, it's
Just
bullshit.
draw
Why
it
are you using
yourself, dude.
ChatGPT, dude?
Just
Yeah,
draw
just use it yourself,
bro.
dude.
Just draw.
Did you
with
see
your
the
hands.
news? The AI
80%
thing,
off?
the Indian, no, the one that got shut down the other week
No,
because it was actually.
Oh.
It was a call center with 900 Indian people working in it. That was
What was
actually
it, Grok?
I don't know what it was. I don't know, something like that. But it was in the news. It was.
Elon-
Oh, was it the Amazon one?
Got shut down because it wasn't
'Cause
actually
remember
AI.
Amazon
it was
got-
900
Oh my fucking
individual
god!
employees.
That's right? Isn't that
warehouse.
hilarious? Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like an AI where you're talking to it and you were actually talking to a bunch of
No,
Indians in a
it was.
warehouse.
That's right.
There was
Yeah.
one where it
God.
was
The best.
That's
I'd rather
hilarious.
that.
you walk out the store and the AI would just look at what you.
Yes,
picked
that's
up
the
and
Amazon
charge you.
stores, but it's
But
actually
then-
a bunch of people.
Yeah, who watch it because it's not right, so they have to rewatch the footage.
Yeah, holy shit.
So it's literally just people.
backcharge you and
I
change
saw
it.
there was a video that I saw of
On
someone in China that was
WeChat.
paying by palm. Have you seen
No.
that? It's like the camera stuff. Like they scan your palm, and you can like put on your thing. So now, if you don't have your phone or anything or your car, you can just go like this.
People
it
in the
says
90s were screaming that that's the end of technology, is like
Yeah.
paying with your body and shit.
Butthole.
I've been paying with my body for fucking decades.
Yes, sing it, sister.
I know Stiffy won't find it interesting, but did you hear the Warhammer news?
Oh, yeah.
I know this isn't your alley. You're in trade and stuff.
no, not my alley, but I know a few people that might be interested.
Did you
so
hear
I'll
that? We
listen
got
to
that
it.
Warhammer package, that letter.
Oh,
came
yeah,
in.
yeah. The Games Workshop package.
Games
With all
Workshop,
the, I threw out all the Lord of the Rings stuff and just kept the 40k stuff.
That's fucking sick. Dude.
It was
What
so
the
But
much
they-
Lord of the Rings stuff they
so
gave,
much,
like
dude.
so
It's
much.
like
a
a
lot of
waste of
dwarves, a lot of
plastic.
hobbits, a lot of like evil armies. I chucked them, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Well,
Well, no
wants
one really wants them here.
I
No one really wants.
I know someone who might want them. I got a friend.
Who?
Oh, we kind of keep it in CrackerMilk, dude. Like ever since Elias
Yeah,
left and
left,
we joined
Stiffy.
hired Stiffy,
Yeah.
we've just made sure that we like don't keep that junk.
But they're looking
Yeah.
for him though. So because he's been 3D printing stuff.
Yeah, they Games Workshop
They-
found out that someone's
Yeah.
been 3D printing like models that are like literally the same as their
Stolen.
models.
Like 3D
Really?
scanned
yeah, like
and
3D
uploaded.
scans of like
That's
uploaded
crazy.
on
That's
play and
crazy.
like
And one has one tournament with illegal models. So
Yeah.
they're like,
so
That's
someone
engineering.
like
I don't know.
they- it was at a-
any won any
at a
tournaments.
like 3 different tournaments he won best sport. It was all just a ruse to take photos
Yeah.
of his models that were like just rips of like
Yeah.
Games Workshop ones.
because we all know that at that competition he was like throwing and kicking and having a tantrum.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like he should have seen it coming.
Stomping his
crazy.
feet. So
Yeah.
anyway,
we should probably cover your roll and stuff because we've been rolling for a little bit.
why are you
Okay.
crying?
The story
Of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
when I was on the Jaws ride, and you know how the robot doesn't work half the time.
Yours, right?
He's
Yeah.
gonna fucking
Like when you get locked
Talking
jaw.
about the studio tour at
Yeah.
Universal Studios.
And you know how the
in
actor
LA.
has to act things out and like point stuff in. And he goes,
Oh, look
"The
out
shark."
for the shark coming
Yeah,
for
he does
you
that
over
shit.
there on the side of the boat.
He does that shit.
Hey.
And do you know that?
Canada.
Whoa! What the fuck just happened?
What happened to you?
what's up with you, man?
Oh, it just went all quiet out for all of
On
a
the
sudden.
Western Front? It
Oh,
went all
did you-
quiet on
did
the
you fucking-
My
Yeah,
foot-
fucking foot boy probably fucking knocked it.
fucking football?
Oh, good job,
yeah.
foot
Wow.
boy.
Feet.
Do you know the sharks in that ride are actually real?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I was actually on the Jaws ride,
Yeah.
and I brought a
It's not actually a
raincoat
ride.
because it's you don't think it's a ride?
You bought a raincoat because
It's part of the Universal. He's saying it's part of the Universal Studios tour. That's what he's saying. Because you've got a
That's
fucking nerd
You got
cunt.
to line up and you go on it. That's a ride, bro.
No, mate.
No,
you
you
get
line up on the
fucking-
Universal Studios tour, but some places
But
do
you-
have
you-
Jaws.
you- but-
some places do have Jaws as a separate ride.
What's it
But
called? Jaws
also,
ride.
but
Jaws
also,
ride.
put it you're in a location.
Hey,
you go on like a boat, and you are
Hey, it's all right, it's all
transported to a different
It's
location.
all right.
What do you
Anyway.
call it when you get into a car? You're going on
On
a ride.
Exactly. And I was on the Jaws ride, but I ended up getting a sweet.
Just to clarify, what Elias just said infuriated Chris. I can
Yeah.
see it.
But it got
Sorry,
to
go
him
on.
because he was like, "Yeah, he's
I got
fucking
a
right."
sweet discount.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Because the guy who was performing, I could clearly see his RGB butt plug in his ass while he was performing.
you got a discount.
Yeah, because I complained about it.
Why did you complain that you could see his butt plug? He obviously got
You sure that
RGB
wasn't
lights.
King
sexual.
Kong? Because
He's
you
got
see King
RGB
Kong
lights to check show it off.
on that
No,
same
it was-
trip. You then after you see Jaws, you then go past the Psycho House.
Oh
you go
yeah,
to-
and then you see
and then
King
you
Kong
see
when
King
he's
Kong.
chained up.
it's-
Do they make him move?
It's like
Yeah,
BDSM
it's
stuff.
it's
eh?
the head and his arm. He's like, "Arr." But as you're coming around the corner before you get to it, they pump the smell of bananas through the air. So you smell banana. What the fuck is
Do
this?
you-
Next you
oh.
come around the corner, it's King Kong. Go,
That was like my favorite
From the
thing. When I was
1976
11,
one,
when I was 11
77.
and I went on the Universal Studios tour, I was like, this is the fucking coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Just sitting there looking at all that stuff.
You get chained up and fucking pegged in the ass. And
My
stuff.
favorite.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
where
Do
the
you
fuck
know?
does
Do you know
come
that
from?
King Kong's actually real?
It's based on a real
Like, as in
thing.
gorillas exist?
No. Like that, the ride where he's like chained up and stuff. That is actually real. It's not an.
That's an animatronic.
No, that's is
You know,
actually real.
I
It's
had
not
the-
an animatronic.
That
dude.
is an animatronic.
It's not. It's real.
How do you know?
I worked on
Have you
it.
gutted him open?
No, but I talked to him.
And he smells like bananas.
I believe you talked to him, dude.
You know what I can't fucking work out? King Kong thing. So they made a movie back in the fucking 30s.
Yep.
Or the 20s about King Kong. Then in 1970s, they made another one. And then in like 2000, they made another one. And in the last fucking 6 years, they've made fucking 10 of the fucking things down the coast. Down
different.
here.
It's
What
different.
the fuck?
You know what's crazy?
The rest
King
were
Kong versus fucking Godzilla. King Kong fucking all. Mate, every fucking week there's a new fucking King Kong movie coming out.
It's actually a new Godzilla movie with Kong as because I think Kong's not the good. Is Godzilla the good guy? They're both good
They're both
guys.
good guys.
I believe it's pronounced Godzilla.
Isn't the latest one he like?
Come in, see the good.
They're like
good,
killing
good
kids,
guys.
killing little kid monkeys.
Kill little kid monkeys.
Come in and we'll
You know,
slash the kids
when I was
up.
at LA,
Isn't
the
Josh's
best-
mum working on it? Anyway, go.
the best ride in LA when I was leaving Disneyland was the
Skid
Whiz
Row.
ride.
I thought it was the one where you drive down.
Have you
Skid
been on
Row.
the Whiz ride?
The Wiz.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Michael Jackson movie?
Yeah, he pulled up
He's
and it
on
was the
down.
scarecrow from the Whiz grabbed me, took me to this other place, Neverland.
He's
or
on
some
down the
shit.
road.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
the Michael Jackson in that is
Monkey
actually
there.
an animatronic?
I believe
would
that.
bel-
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's
the
believe
face
that.
melted.
yeah,
Do
it's
you, have
kind
any,
of
do you want to
crazy.
tell us your favorite conspiracies? Because I'm sure you've got a lot.
I do have quite a few conspiracies.
What do you think the Earth is? Do you think the world's flat?
Nah, dude.
No.
It's like a pyramid.
Right.
So there's actually
many
there's
sides?
5 sides to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had
Had
to
to
think
count
about
up
that for
there,
a second. Yeah.
It works out.
So there's actually 5 flat surfaces, but when you get to one of the edges, you have to like kind of jump and leap, but you like fall over. It's kind of
If you jump too high, you get.
I don't know
taken
what
out
I
of the
fucking looked at on Facebook that gives me the. But do you get these fucking things come up on Facebook
Don't look at Facebook.
with? Yeah, I know, but like
on
with
that?
these stories about fucking ancient aliens and shit. But talking about the pyramids now that they've uncovered that there's fucking cities underneath the pyramids.
It's
all
because
bullshit.
old like you believe
no,
everything.
it's real, dude.
Like ChatGPT.
Yeah, but fuck, why? But
is
why am I
busy.
getting that shit on my fucking feed? I don't
Because
look
if
at
you
that
think
shit. I
about
don't see
the
that.
Earth and that it's the shape of a pyramid, and like there's roots and stuff that go down, it's actually a lot more deeper than you think about.
Pyramids have roots.
Yeah, dude, that's how they stay in the ground.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
a
dude,
conspiracy
hit
question.
me.
What do you think is the Yeti, like the Bigfoot? What do you think that is?
That's an animatronic.
A rogue one.
Those are rogue animatronics.
It's rogue
Yeah,
animatronics. It was actually a gorilla animatronic, similar to the Kong one.
Isn't that
but,
real?
Huh? No, no,
You
no.
said Kong was real.
You did say
Yeah,
Kong
no,
was
it's
real.
like.
Ah, we got him.
No,
Anyway.
but I said similar. But the change being that he's an animatronic and Kong's not an animatronic.
What about JFK? Is he real?
Yeah.
That's an animatronic.
No, he was a lizard, wasn't he?
Yeah, no,
Wasn't he a
he's
lizard person?
No, he's an animatronic.
What's the
People
weirdest
think the
thing?
lizard people are real, but they're actually animatronics.
What's the like spookiest experience you've had?
Spookiest.
Yeah, like most paranormal.
Oh,
I've got one.
sorry. I just had
Do you
something
hate
in my mind.
paranormal stuff?
Yeah, he hates it.
I just had something. in my
I was,
mind.
you know, I was
Aliens,
filming with
ghosts, and
Maitland
spiders.
in the graveyard. You know, Maitland used to do graveyard videos all the time. Did you ever see them?
No, it's
He'd
no.
go to the graveyard and he would like make ghost videos. And once we were in the graveyard and I could hear behind the grave, this guy be like, when I go home, I'm going to punish you.
I'm gonna walk off this podcast if I hear
Fuck
another.
did this come from?
I don't know. It's almost as infuriating as. Don't you hate it when there's a lot of hot sand? You're in a bunch of hot sand and you got to take a
That
shit.
one's true. Shout out to guys who have to shit when they're near hot
dude.
sand.
Your mind,
Oh
your
man,
mind
even when I
works.
think about hot sand, it makes me want to fucking take a dump.
A lot.
Dude, yesterday Elias was like, oh, my girlfriend's listening to last week's podcast. It's fucking hilarious. And Goob goes, has she finished it yet? He goes, no, why? Just wait till she gets to the end and see what she says. Why? What do you mean? Oh, I think Josh forgot to take something out that you say. What is it? What is it? What did I say? What did I say? Goob's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's too late. What is it? What is it? And I'm watching Elias have a meltdown. Tell me!
And I was like,
just tell me!
I was actually confused because I was like, what the fuck did I say? I didn't even know what
Nothing.
I said.
Some things Elias says shouldn't be said.
He said
They gotta get
nothing.
caught.
Literally said nothing. It was very
was-
funny.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah, he just was playing me.
Yeah, you got
Fucking
hustled,
toy,
dude.
dude.
Hustled like an
I do want to
animatronic.
bring up though
was
that
good
Elias
fun
isn't
yesterday
here. That I heard the craziest thing from him yesterday,
Really?
which was he bought fingerless gloves for walking around the home.
Dude,
They're at
he
home
literally
fingerless gloves.
Yeah, it's
bought
kinda
thermal
crazy.
fingerless gloves and he went to sleep in. They're my sleeping gloves. And
It's
he was
cold,
like,
dude.
my
I've
hands
heard
get
it's
cold.
cold.
Stop
Do you know what
playing
you
with your
should
willy.
fucking do? Put your hands in your blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
What do you mean you do?
Well, sometimes they're in it, sometimes they're out of it, like they're on top and stuff. But also,
Keep
just
them
for, like
in.
around
How
the
are
house,
you meant
it's
to
cold
hike
as fuck,
in that,
dude.
like Appalachian?
Do you know
The
what it
cold
is?
gets to
Do you
me
know what
real
it actually
hard,
is?
man.
He just likes the aesthetic of fingerless gloves.
Correct.
It's always like
But
that.
when you were
sleeping-
12, did your mother not make you sleep with boxing gloves on to stop you playing with your dick? That was a
No,
thing?
she gave me Hulk hands.
That actually made it far easier.
He just got a flashlight into the center of the whole can. No, not the whole can. It's a big pussy in the middle. Yeah!
Smash, smash.
Oh, smash!
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
know
Fingerless
for a
gloves.
fact you just love the look of fingerless gloves.
Actually, my hands have been getting so cold. Like whenever I was like just doing anything around the house,
Then you have a circulation
like-
problem and you need to get it checked. You don't get
I
fingerless
just
gloves.
get really cold.
Because you
really
watch
easily.
Pokemon and you saw Ash catch him in fingerless gloves and you got some.
Yeah.
Now I think
fingerless
about it, we
gloves.
did kind of pile on you yesterday.
No, he
It was-
didn't.
Well, I was having a crack. I was stirring him up yesterday.
He was having a crack on me.
He was.
Yeah, he does that.
But
a
Chris
lot.
gets
Fun.
Chris gets mean. But you were bullying Emily hard.
Oh yeah.
She's not happy with her hair color. She said it for months. She's not happy.
No, she. It
And you kept
looks
calling her.
good.
You kept
It's just
calling her
not what
plum hair.
It looks good. It's just not what she wants.
Those fucking
Ah, found
raised
a weakness.
eyebrows. Yeah.
I did enjoy it yesterday when I was leaving, and was having a crack at you about having a go at Emily,
Yeah.
saying don't find something that really triggers someone and then fucking beat down on it. And then I immediately
Yeah.
Made jokes about his sister.
jokes about his sister.
Oh, it's triggered.
Congratulations, Amelia, on getting engaged. By the way,
That's right, yeah.
it's very
Congrats,
exciting,
my
very
sister
fun.
got engaged. Pretty happy about that.
Very cool.
When they make sex robots, do you think that it's wrong to make sex robots that are animals?
No, they're actually not animatronic.
I feel like that's more natural
This is what worries me.
What do you
because
mean?
God made animals as the
Human
first
mammals.
sex robots. So
Oh my god.
Is that you fucking a dog? Is that
No, it's like, you know the little
Started
animatronic dogs.
barking?
Yeah, you know like the
robo
the
dogs?
robo
Okay,
dogs.
serious
It's like
question
that,
for
but it's
you.
like row, 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 and then it like turns around and then it shakes its tail.
so I was the
Serious question for you. Serious question. What's the sexiest breed of dog for you?
Oh,
those tall, long-haired ones. for
Greyhound.
Sure.
Afghans.
Yeah,
You can't
Afghans.
say that. They're a
Greyhound?
Come
Greyhound.
on.
Sexiest dog breed.
What's Scooby?
Sexiest breed.
oh man, that's a tough one. There's so many sexy breeds.
It's got to be sausage dog because it make you feel like a big deal.
sausage dog
Oh
would be
yeah,
good.
true. That's kind of
Yeah.
sick. You know, something you can just pick up with one hand.
A chihuahua. Oh my
That's
god.
brilliant.
Doesn't
dude.
really matter how sexy they are, just if they're useful or not. You know.
useful.
Oh fuck me. Do you?
Come on, there's got to be one you think's better looking than the others, though.
What's yours, Chris?
I don't have one because I'm not a fucking pervert.
So you're
Unclipped
asking?
over.
I've never fucking thought about it, you sick fuck.
But you're just saying that there's on probably one that's like hotter than the others.
No, I'm asking you that question.
I don't
'cause
fucking know. The dogs.
don't
dude.
you dare fucking backpedal now. You.
He takes what he can get, dude.
I take what I can get, and I get a lot.
He's banned from 15 different pounds. You know
I'm
that?
sure.
He calls
sure.
them pounds
Well, he thought
now.
it was a pound because of something else.
Yeah.
It's-
Said I've come here to pound something.
Funny thing is though, a lot of animals and a lot of the pounds. You'll never guess this. Animatronics, dude.
Oh, that's a lot of shit.
He loves anime. What a Furby.
See, it's not bestiality if it's an animatronic.
Are Furbies animatronics?
No, they're real.
Oh, shit.
But it's not. Yeah, so it would be bestiality if you fuck a Furby. But if you get stuff from the pound, it's not bestiality.
Furbies
Do
are
you
fucked.
Do you think God cries harder when he
Don't.
watches you fuck a Furby or an animal?
Xenu, by the way.
Oh, I talked to him. He's an animatronic.
God's
Now, that's probably the most accurate fucking thing you've
Yeah.
said all fucking day.
That's my
so
memoir.
My
bro.
belief in
But
God is
also-
that he's actually just legs, like in The Simpsons. That's what I really
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
He's just
question.
like-
Do you reckon there's?
yeah.
Do you reckon there's
You
going to
don't
be
need
a
to do that.
term in the future for when there's like sex robots like more prevalent and just like AI robots and stuff? 'Cause
Yeah.
You got like bestiality, necrophilia, and stuff. Do you reckon there's going to be
Yeah,
a term?
robophilia.
Yeah,
or
have you
some
not
shit.
watched Westworld? That's the whole fucking point of the show.
I watched
No,
the first
hey,
season.
Westworld, they're basically, they have like organs and shit. Westworld's like literally,
Yeah, Blade
they're
Runner.
just like made up. Yeah, they're like replicants. They have everything a normal person has, right? And tissue and stuff. I would be fucking like,
I'm so
if I
glad
went to
you- He's
Westworld,
so glad you brought that
if
up.
I went to
knows where
Westworld,
it's
I'd
going.
be fucking like crazy.
What's over in Eastworld?
Westfield.
They have
Chinese
that.
people.
Really?
There's a Japanese Westworld in the show.
Northworld?
Yeah, no, I went there and I was fucking myself like crazy, but then it turned out it was actually Westfield.
Yeah, you just went to a shopping
That's
center.
right.
What about Southworld?
They have
South Park characters.
They have a like a
penguins.
an Indian like jungle one where you're like on elephants. Then they have a Japanese one. Then they have
Well,
a
that would be-
cowboy
that would
one,
be
and I think
Eastworld.
they have something else.
Vikings.
That'd be,
I
no,
don't
that'd be
know.
Northworld.
They have a bunch of them. They have a bunch of different theme park
Pirates?
worlds, but the best one's Westworld. And you can go fight. Man, Westworld's such a cool concept. You watch that show, and I'm like, I want to go there. And the whole point
Yeah,
is
I
you're
know.
not meant to. You're
You
meant
know
to be
it was
like,
a-
they're humans too, basically.
You know, it was a movie in the 70s. That's
Yeah.
where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking-
but
Is
the
it
movie in the
cool? How
70s,
many-
the robots all just turn evil.
well, that's
How
what the
many
Itchy and
seasons are
Scratchy
there?
World
Yeah.
episode was a homage to.
seasons?
Like 5, and the only one that's in the fucking Wild West is the first season.
I've only
And
seen
then-
the
Fairly
first season.
decent.
And season
The rest of
2,
it's ain't shit.
season 2's okay, and then you get to the last 2 episodes and you go, wow, they're gonna fuck this all up because it's just
I
Yeah.
watched like 3 or 4 episodes of the second season, and I was like,
it's not as good. After season 2, because they leave and go other places.
Yeah.
After you watch season 2 and you go, I can't watch the rest of the show because it'll ruin it.
Josh.
I watched Tires.
You have to cut that.
Oh,
out.
Shane Gillis's
It's
Tires.
like if guys
It's
who
not
made
good.
a podcast
No, I disagree.
made a TV show.
I think it's very good. I've just started watching
Tires.
season 2. Season 2's just dropped, and I've watched the first episode.
It's
It's good. Oh, look, it's cheap and it's thing, but it's good.
I didn't like season 1 very much.
Season 1, I watched 1 episode and I was like,
Really? No, stick with it. Season 2, the first 2 episodes of the season's dropped. I watched the first 2 episodes. There's one where Shane Gillis's character buys a gun,
All right.
and that's very good. It's a
I'll
very good
watch
episode.
season 2 because I am a bit funny about Netflix comedies where I find season 1 of them is always pretty weak, and then it always takes a season to get
Correct.
in the thick.
Yeah.
And
And
that,
Shane Gillis is a very funny guy.
that show's got fucking like 6 eps and they're 20 minutes. It's really
it
short.
feels- I'll be honest, it feels like it's very amateur. Like it's
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
written
It felt
by-
like a joke should have finished, and then I'm watching it go for like 5 minutes, and I'm like,
yeah, it's
doesn't
not
feel funny.
it's not polished doing like that. It's a certain
It
kind
should
of
be.
humor.
It's a Netflix show with a bunch of
Oh
comedians.
no, fuck off.
I finished watching Skeleton Crew.
Did they find the skeleton?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They do
It's
find
part
the
of the
skeleton.
crew.
Was he an animatronic?
Kinda.
He's a Jedi, isn't he?
So I just finished watching Mobland.
What's that?
This is the new one with Pierce Brosnan and Tom Hardy and Helen Mirren as the crime family in the UK.
Yeah.
It's fucking excellent. It's really
What's it on?
good. Apple, I think. Apple Plus.
Okay.
Um,
Apple, I should get
or
Apple TV
Prime,
because
Apple
the
Prime.
studio's on Apple TV and I want to watch that. Where it's
Yeah,
like a
I watched the first
huge-
episode. I haven't gone back to it yet, but it looks
Huge
good.
piss take of
Yeah.
like producers and stuff.
Mobland might be Prime.
Rick and Morty
But it's
new
good.
season comes out.
Oh, I couldn't give a fuck about that
Jesus
shit, dude.
fucking hell, man. That's had its time.
Couldn't give a
dude.
fuck about Rick and Morty.
It's
Back when I was
intelligent
19,
humor.
that shit was awesome. I'd get high and watch it and be like, this is transcendental comedy on a new level. And then someone said, to be fair, you have to have a high IQ to watch Rick and Morty. And that meme started. I
really
went,
fucked it
fuck.
up. Hey,
It was
Paramount
the,
Plus,
It
by the
was
way.
the Mulan
Paramount
Szechuan
Plus.
sauce shit that like ruined the show because it
that's crazy.
killed the meme. You know what I mean?
I just
killed
watch
it.
Family Guy on repeat.
You do. Family Guy has had a resurgence where
Pregnant Brian?
people turn
Yeah.
around. They go, yeah, Saving Pregnant Brian, sequel to
Pregnant
Saving
Brian.
Private Ryan. But it has had a resurgence where people can appreciate it more because I think its comedy had such a terrible influence over the whole industry. Where like Family Guy was mega popular, and you saw every other show that had similarities
Tried
to
to
Family
copy,
Guy
yeah.
just like try to make a bastardized version of that show.
Yeah, and no one
then
can
it,
Seth
and no
MacFarlane
one
like
did
Seth
it
MacFarlane.
because
Yeah.
Family Guy's like a gag riddled like bit, and everyone tried to make these deplorable like The Simpsons. If you watch when Family Guy became popular, you can see in The Simpsons that it just like plummets in quality and tries so hard to be this like edgier, more like absurd and random show, and you can see it fail whereas the whole point of The Simpsons is it's not that. It's like a much more based sitcom, and the best
Yeah.
episodes of The Simpsons are when it's not that.
It's
when
the
it's
Apu
4 to
episodes.
10.
Jesus Christ Superstar's coming out soon.
What?
What?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Like, is it a show?
A movie?
musical.
Movie, musical.
Who's playing Jesus Christ?
McGregor.
Animatronic.
I thought Tin Minchin, because Tin Minchin was
He's
Jesus
already
Christ.
been in it. Yeah, they've done Jesus
Yeah.
Christ Superstar.
No, they're doing it again. I think there is another movie of it coming out though.
Really?
I think.
Yeah, the original
Did
movie,
you
Trevor
see-
White's fantastic. But
Yeah.
the most there's
I'm not going to watch it if he dies at the end.
No. You can watch. I think the one that Tim Minchin's in. I've seen like a filmed version of the British production of it, which I'm pretty sure he was in as Jesus or whatever. But what's her name? Sporty Spice plays the Mary fucking Magdalene character, and man, she's fucking brilliant.
Is Mary Magdalene his mum?
No,
Mary Magdalene's the one he's piping.
correct.
Do they imply in
Things-
Jesus
I don't
Christ
know how to
Superstar he's piping Mary Magdalene?
I don't think so. No, if I recall.
Because in like reality, he was piping Mary Magdalene.
sure.
Yeah.
He invented the shocker.
He invented
That's a
that.
Jesus
He
move.
invented Two in the Pink, One in the Sting.
Yeah, that's
He also invented animatronic.
He said it's okay
That's
to put it in the
true.
pooper as long as you got two in the pinker.
mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
pretty true.
he
Is this the
invented anal
Patreon
as
version,
well.
is it?
Do you know what we're going to do
Patreon
after
version
this? Is I've got to edit like 3 shorts. Group's going to show me these cuts. I'm going to edit them. I'm going to flick on my Switch and I'm going to play Tears of the Kingdom for like 7 hours.
You're going to flick in your Switch sounds like you're flicking your bean.
I've
So
got
it's a
3
flick on
brown
my Switch.
eyes.
He does have 3 brown
I've
eyes.
got 3 brown eyes.
Can I bring something up I saw today,
It's
Chris?
far away.
What's your favorite
Huh?
Chris,
sci-fi
listening.
comedy
I'm listening.
parody movie series, which is only one movie?
What's your favorite parody? What is your favorite
Parody,
parody film that's set in space?
in
That has animatronics.
and maybe
What's your favorite parody film that's set in space?
There's only one.
What?
Spaceballs.
Guess what? It's been
Spaceballs 2.
announced.
I have seen Spaceballs.
Crazy, and they do that in the poster.
Rick Moranis is in it.
9/11 happens
I
when
don't know
they're
who's going to
filming it.
play because John Candy can't play Chewbacca.
Yeah, he's
What happened to
animatronic.
him?
Why?
Well,
He's
he's
sick.
dead. John Candy's dead.
What happened?
What did Joe
Remind
Candy
me
die of?
Probably
Heart
diabetes.
attack, I think. Yeah.
It was a
No, I
heart
think he had
attack?
a heart attack.
Double
I think, I
cheeseburger.
don't know. Remember.
Chris
but,
Farley died of a paintball. I always used to get the two of them mixed up
Mm.
because they were both big fatties in the 80s and 90s. But John, shame
That's like Adam Sandler. I always get him mixed up.
with a damn sandal.
Just with homeless people.
Yeah, he does dress like
Just
one.
he goes in a crowd in LA and he's gone.
I reckon Chewbacca, it won't matter because if anything, it'll be a parody on. I reckon it'll be a parody on like the sequels. Like it'll be a parody of Disney owning.
Surely not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
100%.
sequels are already funny because they're shit.
But
It's
that's what
Mel
it'll be.
Brooks, man.
It'll
It's
be.
going to be funny.
Would there be
It'll be
anything with the
Mel
prequel?
fucking
Because
I
they
reckon
didn't do the
it'll-
prequels, did they?
No, but they probably will. But I reckon it'll be more like I can see that because Spaceballs is very much like a take on not just the story of Star Wars, but also like mocks what Star Wars built itself to be. Like where there was all these different things that were super popular about it, like the merch and stuff. I reckon it'll be like a huge dig at Disney and the shows and the merchandise and
probably.
everything.
Yeah, Mel Brooks doesn't fuck around.
Is it Mel
Yeah.
Brooks?
Yeah, yeah.
They've
yeah.
taken him out of cryo sleep to make one.
Animatronic. Plug him in.
100%.
Although
He's
that guy,
still funny
he
as
made
fuck,
the
mate.
producers in
Yeah.
like the 60s or something. And then
yeah, I
and it was
think-
hugely offensive and people hated it. And he went, I'll make it again. And then
They'll
he made
catch
it
up.
again in the early 2000s.
So the movie came out in the 70s with Zero
Yeah.
Mostrel and but it had been a play before that.
but the fucking 2004 version is like, in my opinion, the definitive version. Like it's the best version of it.
With Matthew Broderick and
Yeah, it's the best version.
Oh no. Zero Mostrel and Gene Wilder was
Nah,
they were all
mate,
very
made
good.
by the same
Willy
fucking
Wonka
guy.
was in
Yeah.
it.
Mel Brooks made it again. That tells
Have
me
you
all
ever
he's known.
seen there's a season of Curb Your Enthusiasm where the arc is that Larry David is going to be in a production of The Producers with David Schwimmer is playing the Matthew Broderick role, and the gag behind it is because Mel Brooks is in it, and the whole underlying gag is that they have purposely put Larry David in it so that it will bomb because it's this
Oh, they're
fucking weight
producing-
around their neck.
They're producing.
So they're
the
actually they're
producers.
doing a
Yeah.
version. So it's such a clever fucking gag, and then what happens is
They get animatronic
David Larry
instead.
David fucks it up as
Probably
they know
that.
he would on the
Probably-
last
yeah,
night,
probably that.
and they've Mel and his missus have gone across the road and they're fucking toasting each other saying this is good. I'm going to worry about doing this. Fucking producers are going out and do something else now, and the expectation's gone. And whatever Larry does is he fucks up the lines, whatever, and then he starts just ad-libbing.
And it goes
and
off.
It goes
Yeah.
off, yeah. Fucking so it becomes more popular.
The best
So
one, the
fucking
most
clever.
definitive Curb episode is definitely Michael J.
Thor.
Fox. No, it's
Oh,
Michael J.
that's good.
Fox living above him, and he's convinced that he's stomping around
Yeah.
intentionally, and he goes up to complain, and
Larry
he's
David's
like,
a fucking genius.
he's like, "Oh, it's you. Like, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just wearing my boots," and he looks down. He's got these huge boots on that he's wearing.
Yeah.
It's the best ep. He asks if he wants a soda, and he cracks open the soda and he sprays it all over, and he's looking at Michael J. Fox like, "Did you do that on purpose?" And he's like, "Look at Parkinson's, dude. Like, what do you mean?" He's got
Yeah, it's
just
so
like
good.
the Michael J. Like, it's such a great. Everything about it is a great bit.
Thor is my favorite episode because it's two favorite episodes in one. So the Thor is where it's the wrestler guy and he's driving on the freeway and he's shooting at the kids in the back seat, and then this car pulls up and the father gets out and he's this massive fucking wrestler called Thor comes up and says, "You bald headed fuckwit, what are you doing shooting fucking pretending that's not my kids are terrified," and then he goes and pumps out his thing. And the argument is that he and Jason Alexander are trying to pick up a place to meet and he's driving to there. So there's that whole story. But the side story is that he's driving past and he sees Wanda Sykes walking down the road, and he goes, He goes, hey, I wonder, I know that tush anywhere, because he sees her from behind, right? And then when he gets home, Cheryl, his wife, says to him, hey, did you tell Wanda she had a big ass today? He went, no. I said, you clearly, she says she looked at her ass and called her ass. And on besides all this is Jeff, the manager, he and the girl have split, the wife have split, and he's been living in the hotel. He says, you've got to go get my stuff. So he goes to go get his stuff, and she says, you can take his fucking porn stash with you too. Go on, take that. And all the porn stuff is all this ass stuff, right? And he starts going, and she's going, you know what that fat fuck makes me do? And he goes, no, I don't know about it. So he's got this whole thing, and he goes,
the show ended with Larry in prison. And going to jail, and it's Jerry being like, "Dude,
this is how we should have finished it.
Like,
It's
what are you
so
doing?
fucking
Like,
cleverly
why are we back here?" And he's like mad that Larry's ended Curb in jail because Seinfeld ends with
But he
them all
comes
in
and lets
jail.
him out, and they're walking out, and he goes, this is how we should have finished.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I know. It's like, it's so fucking meta. It's genius.
We got to wrap it up.
All right, hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the Fellas Podcast. The Fellas are going to continue on
The
for
sausage
another
fest.
20 to 30 minutes, and you can check that out on Patreon, where we get even filthier,
Talk about
nastier, and
sausages.
dirtier. And we'll
Yeah.
see you guys next time. Bye bye.
We're gonna get our animatronics out.
Man, you're
Gonna get our fucking animatronics
You're
out.
off the fucking beam today, aren't you?
yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. If you want to hear or see more of this podcast, our other podcasts, we generally have another 20, 30 minutes of exclusive content that we put up on Patreon. It's usually where we get a bit looser, a little bit wilder, a little bit funnier. Come on over to Patreon. Keen to see you there.